This is TWiT.
Your Medium article basically talked about a research study from NYU and Princeton.
Just
today. Out. And what was the
let's
result?
Give credit where Andrew Guest, Jonathan Nagler, Joshua Tucker. I knew about this from Josh. So I'll explain it a little bit first. They used a couple of lists of fake news domains, one from Craig Silverman of BuzzFeed, who we all love, plus another one. And then they asked, who's sharing that on Facebook? And the way they did this, they went to YouGov and they asked people some questions. What's your how old are you? What's your political bent? And so on. Then they said, and they very transparently said, are you willing to install an app that will let us see what you're sharing on Facebook? And half the 3,500 people they went to said yes. So they got a body of people and they saw what are they sharing. And the caveat here is obvious. There's a limited body of fake news, so there's other fake news they weren't looking at. But
well, it's also somewhat self-selecting group of people because they're on YouGov to begin with.
Right.
Right. So there's all kinds of caveats like that. But
and they agreed to install.
They agreed to do it.
All of that. Yeah. All of that. Yeah. But what came out of this is fascinating. I think is really an important first step of research because what it said was, number one, that very little, again, these were the domains that Craig Silverman said were the most shared. These were the big ones, right?
Okay.
These are the ones that he said were most seen.
Somewhat overpowering those other factors.
So only 88.2% of people shared any of it. Okay, so sharing was not big. More than 90% of people did not share it. But here's the key point. The sharing was done by old people. People 65 plus shared 7 times more than people 18 to 29, which is to say, stealing a joke from Josh Tucker, the kids are all right, grandpa's the problem.
Yeah.
This age factor stood irregardless of education, party affiliation, ideology, sex, race, or income. They factored for that, and still age was the key factor here. Yes, conservatives, ultra-conservatives, and independents shared more than Democrats, though the researchers say at this time, most of the content known as fake was pro-Trump, so that's somewhat self-selecting. And finally, they found that people who share the most on Facebook were the least likely to share crap. So there's all these things that we think, everybody's sharing this stuff, everybody's seeing this stuff, the kids are screwing up the world, and people who share a lot of stuff are messing up. No. People who share a lot do know the difference between fact and not, and choosing not to share this stuff. No, the kids are okay. It's old people. So a lot of this talk we have about how we need news literacy for young people because they're messing up. Nah, we need this for grandpa. So that's the spiel.
You should also cross-correlate this with who votes because grandpa and grandma vote a hell of a lot more than
Sonny
and